I'm Mark Oliver, I'm the CEO and co-founder of Configur. We are a data and AI platform, and we help businesses be data-driven and simplify how they work. I think the thing that drove us to start our own tech company is opportunity. So my co-founder and I were at a chatbot and AI company. We could see that lots of businesses were trying to make use of that kind of technology, but they didn't have their data centralized. They didn't have an easy way of working, and it made it really difficult for them. So we started thinking about the ideas, and we got to the point where we were like, there's a big gap in the market for this kind of technology. And we were also at the ages where, so we were 32 and 31. We were at the point where we were like, we are working extreme hours for other people, so why aren't we doing this for ourselves? And we just took the plunge. Ultimately terrible timing because it was 4 months before a pandemic, but in the end we kind of muddled through and kind of grew from there really. Yeah, so when we started the business, we were looking at the available tech stack, so we always like to try and be cutting edge. So for us, we wanted to go for the MERN tech stack, so Mongo, React and Node essentially were the key components. We wanted to build something that was scalable, so we built it essentially on a serverless infrastructure, which meant that it could expand on demand. I mean, you've got to look at businesses, they have quite monolithic servers that cost a ton of money. And when you're starting a business, you don't want to have massive overheads before you've even started. So the way that we sort of went about it is, right, we want to be on the cutting edge, we want to be using the latest technologies, we're going to find people who are also in that mindset then by having the latest tech stack, and it's going to be more attractive to people. And that was kind of the main drivers behind the decision really. Yeah, so following the recent round of investment, we are looking at, we've already hired additional people here within Wales, so we needed additional developers, so we got a developer from Swansea. We needed additional data consultants, so we brought another data consultant in from here. We're also using the funds to expand into London, but that actually helps with hiring even here in Wales, because people then have the opportunity to work London based, Wales based, a bit more flexibility. So yeah, there's been a big focus for us really. It's all around growing the team, helping scale the business, helping support the clients that we have and the ones that we're trying to acquire at the moment as well. So yeah, that's what it's for. From a sales perspective, we've had heavy investment this year into events. So we go to summits, we're doing presentations at them. So only recently, last couple of weeks, did a presentation at the CIO Summit. So we're talking to major players, getting in front of these people and giving them kind of our views on where the landscape's changing for AI and data as a whole. Been really positive, so that's been great. We're also hiring additional SDRs to support the existing sales team. I think, when you look at it, I think people are a little bit overwhelmed by how many inbox messages they now receive constantly. I think people are still going to do it. We're going to still, you still have to get that outreach out there. But we're definitely moving a lot of focus to LinkedIn. So we've got automation tools now around contacting on LinkedIn, but also being able to hyper-personalize. And then we also work with, so we also have a platform that we support, and it's run on top of Configur. And what that does is allows you to get insights into companies before you go and target them, to see if they're, one, at capacity to be able to purchase from you, and two, are they sort of looking for the stuff that you're selling essentially. So that brings in information from things like office moves, awards, current hires, and that then centralizes that and then says, right, these are the prime people to go and speak to, and then highlights those people, and then really ultra personalizes. I think with the use of generative AI now and the ability to hyper personalize emails off different factors, that's made it super powerful to be able to kind of outreach to people. At the end of the day, we'd all love to like really hyper personalize our messages, go after one person at a time. The reality is you can't really do that because it doesn't land to scale, and you have to catch people at the right time. So we're just trying to use lots of automation aspects to kind of get the initial conversation going, and then from there we're kind of smooth sailing after that point. when it comes to business goals, we have alignment sessions every quarter. So we bring the senior heads of the various different teams in the organisation together. We look at the conversations that have been had on the sales side. We look at what our existing clients are doing. And then essentially from the development perspective and kind of aligning the development to what people are looking for and how we grow as a business, we have like a full RICE scoring system. So we essentially look at all the features that we could implement, the things that we should, and then we also then align that to, from a customer perspective and a sales perspective, how we then communicate those capabilities and the things that can enhance, because then that helps then grow the sales side, make sure that we're going to be hitting the numbers that we target, and obviously we have regular board meetings where we're looking at that aspect of it, and we work really closely with our investors and partners as well to kind of make sure that everything that we do, I think in the past we've kind of got lost in busy noise. I think over the last sort of 12 months we've started being really hyper focused on going, this is what we want to achieve, and anything that we do has to align to achieving those goals. If it doesn't, it's noise and it goes. And I think that's been the biggest change that we've seen really across the business. Work-life balance is important for me personally, but also for the team. So we've implemented like a very flexible policy. So the team don't have to work any kind of core hours. We do ask that they appear on certain key meetings, but outside of that, it's very flexible. We understand, like a lot of us, myself, I've got a 5-year-old and a 3-year-old, and you need to kind of balance that, and a lot of the team have families and stuff they need to look after. So I personally now finish work at 4:30 every day, as much as I can regardless. I will then spend time with the family till normally about 7:30, and then 9 times out of 10 I am then working after that, but at least I know that those core hours are time for the family, because look, I've been in a situation in the past where I just work through, I don't see the kids, don't see the wife for several days, and that's just not feasible. So it's all about trying to find that balance, which is hard, as you know, when you're growing the business, especially when you're an entrepreneur. But I think we're now in the fortunate position where we started bringing key people into the team. When you have that, you can lean on them a bit more, start like asking them to pick up the slack when you're not available. But that for me is really crucial, is that I keep the family time, because you see so many people when they get to the end of their business and their biggest regret is, I wish I spent more time with my family. And that's one thing I really want to try and avoid. And I think that's kind of a part of our bigger ethos as a company as well, giving everybody that time to spend with the family as well as work, which is obviously important, but it's not the main thing.